Welcome to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, the daily talk show with the voice of Penn State football and men's basketball. You never know what special guest may stop on by any given day. Now here's the man of the hour, Mr. Steve Jones.
Yesterday's disaster, I debated about coming back today.
Oh, no. What did you have to do yesterday? Discuss the fact that Brock Purdy is not the greatest quarterback that's ever lived?
I mean, the whole thing. I mean, I had to go all the way back to John Brody.
Oh, boy.
And it's like, what's going on there?
NFL preseason officially is underway. The Colts, within the first game, all of a sudden, have an injured quarterback.
But he's been hurt his entire career there.
Anthony Richardson hurt what looks like his pinky.
Yeah.
He dislocated it. He exited against the Rams. Daniel Jones was then in for the rest of the game. The question is, where does Shane Steichen go from here with the uncertainty of Richardson's health? Jones finished the first half 10 of 21 for 144 yards. I don't know. I know he's been injured. They've invested so much in this kid, and now,
But to be honest with you, he didn't blow me away at Florida.
No.
I mean, this is where I have an issue with what people do today.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much with numbers all the time. His height, his weight, his speed, his this, or that. How about watching a video and seeing if the guy can play?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as if Anthony Richardson didn't make plays at Florida. He made some plays at Florida.
Yeah.
But he also was incredibly inconsistent at Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Are you shocked that he's incredibly inconsistent at this level?
Nope.
Daniel Jones was incredibly inconsistent at Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Are you surprised at this level that Daniel Jones is incredibly inconsistent? No.
No.
Joe Burrow played great at LSU. Are you surprised he's playing great in the NFL? I mean, last night, 2 drives. Yeah. He had 2 drives last night. Okay, they actually, the Bengals, because they've been getting off to mediocre starts, decided, hey, we want to at least play our starters a little bit in the preseason.
Give him a little run.
He got 2 series last night, 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
He was 10 of 11 passing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, numbers are great to have as a supplement.
Mm-hmm.
The problem we have right now is we have a generation that's too reliant on numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I realize like, look at his slash line. I'm like, for God's sake, okay, watch the guy play. Can the guy play?
And we see so often, yes.
Okay, certain things. Certain things. I'll take you through. Okay? Look at the numbers in terms of speed, this, that, and the other thing. Okay, wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Then you watch him run routes. And he rounds his routes. Okay. That's a visual thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you round your route, what are you? Easier to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As opposed to a guy going bang, plants, goes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Numbers don't tell you that. Okay? Ball hit to the outfield. Right? Outfielder takes a bad route, ends up being an extra base hit.
Mm-hmm.
Outfielder takes a bad route, takes a great route, cuts it off, makes it a single, or makes the catch.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the
Mm-hmm.
Where's the number for that? Runs saved. What the hell does that mean? I mean, we're making stuff up now.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Yeah, here's one for you. Willie Abreu saved a run against Kansas City the other day because they threw a strike to home plate and Connor Wong tagged him out. Looked like a run saved to me. I mean, we've got to... There are not enough people in positions making decisions, or they're forcing people who know how to make decisions to use the numbers all the time and not use their eyes. Mm-hmm. You've got to be able to sit there and evaluate and then supplement with, okay, what do the numbers now say about this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the numbers say this about this guy. I should be interested in him. I'm going to go watch him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay? Right? It's got to be, it can't be the entire discussion. Does Anthony Richardson have great football measurables? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But is he a good quarterback? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because he's never shown a level of consistency. Okay? Mm-hmm. And there's certain things that happen. Let's just take in football. Some of the great plays that we've ever seen in football have been what? Ad-lib plays. It's broken down and like, oh, how did they make that play? Aaron Rodgers was a master of that at Green Bay. Patrick Mahomes is a master of that with Kansas City. Jalen Hurts is terrific in ad-lib plays.
The best quarterbacks make the ad-lib plays, and they make it seem like it's a normal play.
Ad-lib is not on the number sheet.
Like, you know who I think of when I think ad-lib play? The ultimate ad-lib play. Was it, 2007, 2008 Super Bowl? Eli Manning escapes the clutches of two guys, gets out, goes back in the pocket, rounds them, and makes a perfect throw to David Tyree, who catches it on his helmet.
Right.
Like, he sees the coverage, sees everything, escapes the arms of Richard Seymour, one of the best defensive linemen at the time.
And Rodney Harrison's a great cover guy.
Yeah, one of the best, again, defensive backs at the time.
Yeah.
Like, the ultimate escape act, finds Tyree, incredible play, all of a sudden Giants win.
You see, but we're having decisions made so much based on number. Look, okay, you need your eyes, you need your gut a little bit. It doesn't mean your gut's always right. And it doesn't mean your gut may be right and the other team executes it perfectly. So I'm doing the Spikes game last night. It was extra base hit. Okay, TJ Salvaggio was on first. Right? Tim sent him. Well, what did Mahoning Valley do? The left fielder, Bryant, threw a perfect strike to the shortstop, Roach, who's the cutoff man, who then made a perfect throw to home plate. Sometimes the other team, that's a bad decision. I'd have sent him. But guess what? They executed perfectly. And that's why they got him at home plate. Doesn't mean that he made a bad decision. Doesn't mean the runner did a bad job. It just means on that play, everybody did everything right, and they were better at it. It's hard for people who do numbers to accept that. Okay? You have no idea how much we respect your numbers. Okay? People think that if you're talking about feel for the game, things like that, they're a dinosaur. No, you're wrong. We respect your numbers. We respect them. We read them. We take them into account. But you also have eyes. And if you're around the game a lot, you develop a feel for the game.
There we go.
Okay? And that's what you don't understand. It is not a lack of respect for all the hard work you put in with your numbers. But I've got to be able to combine your numbers with what I'm seeing. And with Anthony Richardson, I never saw the consistency at Florida. And guess what? He's still inconsistent at this level. Name me a quarterback who's just way, way better in the pros than he was in college. I mean, look, I saw Tom Brady engineer comebacks at Michigan. I mean, here he did it. They were down 10 with 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go, down 10. He engineered 2 touchdown drives. Orange Bowl, Alabama, same thing. Right? Now, was he considered the greatest quarterback the whole thing? No, he was a 6th-round pick. He had to fight to even be the starter. I give Lloyd Carr a lot of credit. Right? You got to start Drew Henson. He started Brady instead. Right? And he had a great NFL career. But you saw signs of what he could do at Michigan. Penn State and Alabama are not exactly UNLV and Wichita State. Okay? Hey, so if you can see something in somebody, the hardest thing is, again, the translation part. Bill O'Brien told me, he says, the jump from high school to college is an incredible leap. He said, from college to the pros is a chasm. Right? And that's why sometimes it takes a little while. I think Drake May, for example, I think is going to be a good NFL quarterback. But again, you're transitioning to the NFL, and you don't quite have the talent at New England that they had back in the day with other guys. I mean, that's just, they're in a process of transition. Josh Allen, I saw Josh Allen play in person in college. I saw Wyoming play Eastern Michigan. I happened to be speaking there that night, and I went out when I was done and watched the game. There are a lot of things I really liked about him. I mean, like, wow, he can really throw it. He can really run it. And to his credit, he's translated that into a really good NFL career. You saw Lamar Jackson running around at Louisville.
Mm-hmm. He tore apart Syracuse. He made them look like fools in the dome.
I mean, look at LSU. How well did Paul Skeens pitch?
Was an all-world level pitcher.
Right. And now, last night, he gave up a career-high 7 hits. A career high.
It still held him scoreless,
Most
by the way.
pitchers give up 7 hits in a game. And they're, I'm talking like, after going several innings, I mean, they're doing cartwheels as they go to the clubhouse. Way to go, Bobby. Great job. This guy's a career high.
And they, by the way, won 7-0.
Right? I mean, Connor McDavid. Okay? Jack Eichel. They get into the NHL. Guess what? They showed that talent already. Your eyes will tell you. That's why I'm anxious to watch Gavin McKenna here. But to see for myself with my own eyes. Because there have been guys that have been highly touted. I've seen with my own eyes and went, I don't know. I don't see it. That's happened before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. Am I missing something here? I don't see it. Then they get to the next level, and everybody says, I don't quite get it. I don't see it. Because, and sometimes you look and go, I can see it. Yep. I mean, I've seen that in basketball all the time. People talk about guys drafted, not drafted, the whole thing. By going, you can tell pretty much who should stay an extra year in college, just by visuals. I don't need numbers.
No.
All right. And it's just we've got to get into a balance cycle on that. Like Jeff Passan went into that. Who's a very good reporter. Got into it a little bit with Doug Mankiewicz. Mankiewicz, who had a good, very nice Major League Baseball career with the Twins, with the Red Sox. All right. Excellent defensive player. And they got into it. And like Passan's talking about, well, the game has really changed now and the whole thing. No, the game, Jeff, has not changed. Okay? How you wish to cover it and the influence of front offices on analytics may have changed, attempting to change the game. But guess what? Okay? It's still about execution. All right? There's a group out there. This is my biggest problem with analytics is quite simple. Right? The people that do it think it's the only way to win. And they're bullies about it. Okay, you look at Kenny on MLB Network. Like anybody shoots it down, he bullies them about the numbers. Bullies them. And I've seen this repeatedly from people that do this. There are multiple ways to win. That's one of them. And you know what analytics don't tell you? They never tell you the consequences of when it doesn't work. Never. Okay. So let's go football. Analytics. You should be going forward on 4th down every time. I'm at my own 8-yard line. It's 4th down and 4. I think I'll punt.
I think that's what lost Brandon Staley's job.
Analytics says you go for it. Over here in the back, no. No.
Yeah.
There are points too. Let's say it's 4th down and 4 at the opposing team's 34.
34, sure.
Okay, 4th and 4. Now, do I want to, or like 36, say 36. Do I want to attempt a 53, 54-yard field goal? Win's not great, or do I go for it? You're darn right I go for it. I go for it. Every time. Position on the field, situation, right? Score, time, all this enters into it as to what you do with it. All right. And I sit there and like, look, I know what the consequences are. If I don't make it, they're going to have the ball at the 36-yard line. Okay. Right? But at the same time, if I punt it, I'm risking getting a net of 16 if it goes in the end zone. Field goal? 53. We're right at the edge here, and who knows what the wind is. Right? And that's going to be one of the things in the stadium coming up this year. You don't know until you then get into weather. And it has nothing to do with rain or snow or anything like that. Zero. It's always the wind is the biggest factor in a football game weather-wise. Always.
Because wind affects throws, and wind affects kicks, and wind affects punts.
Everything. Okay? In Beaver Stadium, we've pretty much known how it's been. Okay? It's always been a north to south wind here, 9 times out of 10. Then when they built the upper deck on the north end, it would funnel through that upper deck and go through. So it got a little bit more so. And then when they built the building with the club seats and everything that went with it on the south end, it would come in, boom, and it swirls. Well, now, okay, it'll come in, it'll swirl, but what's going to happen on the west end? Because now that's more open.
Is he going to push out that direction?
Right? Because you've got an entire level of seats that are now gone, replaced by bleachers where the wind flows through those, as opposed to being concrete or metal. It's, the concrete's on the bottom, metal was everything up. Okay? You're not going to have the metal backings there. So does the wind come in from that direction, funnel through, and do something? I don't know. That's something you're going to have to see, because just the configuration of a stadium. So you've got to take all those factors into account as to how, to make your decision on a particular day. Numbers are great. I love numbers. I go through numbers. I go through analytics, but I use them in a broadcast when it fits. I don't get up and do some guy's slash line. Do you think what I always told my broadcasting class was this, and I always used WAR as an example, right? And QBR. Those are the two I use. I said, how many of you think those are important stats? And I'll usually get about a third of the class. Football, like half will say QBR. Baseball, about a third. General. I said, okay. I said, so you think they're important? Absolutely. I said, how do you calculate them? They looked at me like, because people don't realize, who made up QBR? ESPN. Because they're trying to judge quarterbacks and use it on a 100 scale and so forth, right? And I give anybody credit that comes up with a formula that does any of that stuff, right? I give them all the credit in the world for coming up with something, right? Because they're interested, they think it tells a story. I think that's great, right? But I said, your job is not to broadcast to the analytics department. Your job is not to broadcast to other broadcasters. Your job is not to broadcast to the people who write about broadcasting. Your job is to broadcast to the fans. So you need to put together stats that the fans relate to, not what the analytics department relates to, not what critics relate to, not what, okay? And again, great respect for Jeff Passett. I think he does a tremendous job, and he does not get critical of, right? So I'm not saying, but I'll use him as an example. You're broadcasting a game. Well, he never talks about war. He never talks about slash lines, things like that. No, but I talk about the stuff that the fans know.
The on-base percentage. That's the thing that matters. It's like, okay, he gets on base. Manny Machado gets on base like 36% of the time. Gets on base.
Okay, so on base percentage. Fans know how to calculate that. Fans know how to calculate batting average. Fans know how to calculate ERA. Right? Yeah, I think I think you can include WHIP. I mean, that's
you can include a couple of
walks and hits per innings pitched. I mean,
slugging you can say, because like, okay, that
right. But like, you don't sit there and like, hey, he's a 21 more. I'm like, I don't know what the hell that means. I mean, and you got people in cars going, so what? You're not your job. You should educate them. I'm doing a game. I don't have time to educate you. Right? Especially when I'm not interested in it. Because I'll be listening to a game, and I hear that stuff. I'll hear somebody do that, and I'll go, and you know what's interesting? I'm hearing less of it, believe it or not, in games. I'm hearing less of it now. I think we went through the 5-year bullying stage about all this stuff, and I think now people are understanding, like, let's... where are the runners? Where's the position of the fielders? What about this? And then what the basics are? Your job is not to spew out a bunch of stuff and maybe go, oh, you really prepare for today's game. Prepare for every game. I do everyone the same. Basketball. Do I use analytics in basketball? Absolutely. We'll talk about points per possession. Right? That's an efficiency number. That's a great analytic. Kind of gives everybody a feel as to how the game's going. And Dick Girardi's the one that got me going on that. I thought it was a great stat. You see, I'll be in the pregame show and say, hey, look, here's a team that gets 48% of its points from 3. They get 42% from 2. Now, let's see how it plays out today. And they're having a bad 3-point shooting game. Well, see, this is, that's one of the reasons that Penn State's in front. They've done a great job defending the 3 because they're not getting the same volume of points out of 3 that they, in an average game, they get. Things like that. But again, that's taking the number and simplifying it so the fan understands, hey, this is a team that gets a lot of points from 3, and they're either getting them today or they're exceeding it or they're not getting there. That's simple. Fans can relate to those numbers. Right? Baseball now has become so intricate at slash lines, and everybody will say, like, hey, it's QBRs, whatever. And, like, nobody knows what that means. I mean, do you know what it means? Yeah. Right? And you're a fantasy football player. You would look at stuff like that. Hey, and that's not what the job is. The job is to tell everybody what's going on out there and do it in such a way where everybody understands it. Right? So let's talk about WAR for a moment. This is how it calculated. Well, by the time you're done telling them how it's calculated, we're now in the 3rd inning and nobody heard an at-bat.
Let me give you a positive from the Colts game.
Oh, no, I mean, yeah, sure.
Positive. Yep. Tyler Warren, 3 catches, 40 yards.
Yep.
He played well. He looked good.
But Tyler Warren's always going to play well.
Oh, yeah. He's always going to play well. He's always going to be good. I mean, heck, he's an incredible player.
But he already always has had a pro mentality to begin with. He's always done a great job of working at his craft. He knew when he got here he'd been a quarterback in high school. He knew he had to do a better job being a blocker. Not catching the ball's always no issue. You got those meat cleavers. All right, catching the ball, no issue. Running routes, no issue. Brenton Strange was a great influence on him. And not just as a route runner, but as a blocker. And so he's going to be somebody that's going to be long, injuries aside. He should have a long, productive career where a lot of people are going to want Tyler Warren on their team.
We have the Colts, Baltimore, Cincy, Philly, Vegas, and Seattle played last night. Tonight we have Detroit at Atlanta, Cleveland at Carolina, Washington at New England, and another team playing on Sunday, the Chargers. It was announced that Rashawn Slater, the offensive tackle, signed a 4-year, $100+ million contract just less than a month ago. Ruptured his patellar tendon. He is going to be out for the season. That is a blow.
Yeah, I sat with his dad on a plane. Boy, how long ago was this?
He was a 2022 draft pick.
Yeah, but I'm talking about this is when his dad was playing basketball at Wyoming.
Oh, okay. So it was a while ago.
Oh no, it was a long time. It had to be. Let me think here for a moment. 37 years ago. 37 years ago. Penn State was going to play in the Cowboy Classic up in Casper, Wyoming, and it turned out Reggie was sitting next to me on the plane. So his son is a heck of a player. That's a real shame what happened. Maybe I think he's had a really good career, very productive. Now, the Steelers play tomorrow against Jacksonville. The story there is going to be Travis Hunter because he will play in the game. And he's going to play both ways in the game. And I think there's a way for him to do it at the NFL where he can be productive. Let's see what they think. I mean, they're around him every day. I just think playing 100+ plays in the game at the NFL level is very difficult.
And that's why I am going to take the guess, as we've kind of hinted at, that he's going to be primarily a receiver.
Yes.
And my assumption is they then put him in some packages on defense.
Sub packages, like either as the primary corner, and they take the primary corner and flip him in to be the slot corner and a nickel, or he becomes the nickel, something.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a way where you can get him on the field for 20 to 25 snaps in a game on defense to go with the offense, as opposed to playing 60 on offense, 60 on defense, and you're like, okay. I think that's a way to do it.
It feels like the best method there. On the Jacksonville Jaguars roster, he is listed as a starting receiver alongside Brian Thomas Jr. and De'Ami Brown. And in the secondary, he's listed as the second left cornerback behind Jarrian Jones. So he is the third man up on there in the cornerback room,
which would be the slot. And again, he doesn't have to play the slot. They can bring him in a sub package and take somebody and flip them in. I assume Parker Washington's still on that.
Parker Washington is still punt return, kick return. Yeah. Washington is listed behind Brian Thomas Jr. In the receiver room there. Yeah. So it should be in Brenton Strange. You also mentioned tight end. So he'll be on the field tomorrow as well.
And then for the Steelers, there's a question now coming up with money for everybody. Cam Hayward wants more money.
Fair.
Okay. Chris Boswell wants more money. Okay. I got it. So I don't blame him for asking for more money. Boswell's had a great career. In fact, last year he was the offense. So he was like, okay. You can't put a price on his consistency. Because you saw, for example, with Justin Tucker, great year, and then finally he fell off. Now, whatever circumstances.
Yeah, we're not discussing the legal stuff, but just the kicking part of this game.
But I'm saying he fell off, and when he fell off, it changed Baltimore's approach on offense. Boswell is not a lot. The Steelers have not had to change their approach on offense because of their kicker.
I mean, as a Saints fan for about 4 to 5 years with Sean Payton and Drew Brees, Will Lutz was there, and it was like, you get within 60, fairly confident Lutz is going to make it. And so if you are sitting there as Sean Payton as a Saints coach, you're like, well, I have to just get Drew Brees and them. They have to get within this chunk. And then he knows, I can try and take a shot on a 3rd and 3, let's say. Instead of trying to run for it, you can take a shot and try and get 15, 20 yards because you know you have on 4th down someone who's going to make the kick.
Well, the difference between Lutz and Boswell is simple. Boswell does the vast majority of his kicking outside. He's got to kick outside at Cincinnati, outside at Baltimore, and, of course, kick outside at Cleveland and kick outside at Pittsburgh. So let's just say it's in a 17-game schedule, you've got 9 home games. And just say it works out that way. Well, it's 9 times outside. Oh, wait a minute, we're up to 12 now because they have to play the other 3 teams on the road. We're now up to better than 2/3 of the games where he's kicking outside. Lutz, on the other hand, inside, not only there, but also in Atlanta, all right, which is in their division.
And you've got what? You got Butker with the Chiefs, who learned to kick outside. Jake Elliott still the kicker with the Eagles.
Yep.
So you've got the two of them.
Elliott's been terrific.
Again, kicking outside all the time. You get to late in the season when it's icy cold and you're outdoors, you know how to kick in it.
Well, that's why Vinatieri, like the field goals he made at New England in the clutch in bad weather, that's why he got such a great reputation because he made the bad weather kicks.
Steven Gostkowski was there forever. Right. He became the same.
The game-winning field goal against the Rams was just a pressure kick, but it was indoors.
Yeah.
The game-winning kick against Carolina in the Super Bowl, pressure kick, but that was also indoors, right? But the other kicks that he made in Foxborough, like I can't see him. Can you see him out there? There's a swirl of snow. I can't. Right, and that's where he developed his. So I mean, there is a difference with all that stuff. Are you kicking on turf? And sometimes kicking on turf isn't great. I remember talking with Alex Felkins, and I think it was the Peach Bowl. And he said, the turf's really fluffy here. He says, I like to slide it through. He said, I kind of get caught a little bit when I do it. Right? So sometimes it's not perfect.
No. So tomorrow's matchups, when it comes to the rest of the slate of games, you've got tomorrow the Giants at Buffalo, Houston at Minnesota. We'll get to see J.J. McCarthy play a little bit.
He's going to have to play. And by the way, Addison's out the first 3 games.
Suspended for the first 3 games. We talked about him an hour later, suspended. I was like, oh, come on.
NFL mandated, yep.
So Dallas is in Los Angeles. Still no Micah Parsons on the practice field. He is still holding out. Currently, there's no update on a contract because he put out his statement saying he does not want to be in Dallas anymore. And all signs are pointing to, we don't know. Like,
I mean, I don't think. We'll see how it plays out. But it's. I think everybody's like, oh, they'll work it out. And I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know.
What if in the next few weeks someone gets injured and a team wants to just throw it all in? Micah Parsons is a heck of a guy to go throw it all in for.
Well, it would have to include ones.
You have to include ones, but that's the point, is if a team is sitting here saying, well, what if we go get Micah Parsons? Like, and Dallas is like, yeah, we'll get rid of him for 3 or 4 ones, whatever it ends up being. I don't know the number, but like,
I don't understand why that organization has to be a circus all the time.
Every single time it is. It's crazy. It is the point where it is a constant thing where some star player in Dallas says, I want a new contract. Jerry Jones goes,
But they've been treading water for such a long time. Like, hey, Dallas. Like, okay, well, like, how about getting to the conference championship game? The heck with the Super Bowl. Let's try the conference championship game for a couple of yayas and see how that goes.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're not going anywhere.
No.
And they're in a division now. The Philadelphia Eagles have had as low-key a training camp as any defending champion I've ever seen. Like, nothing is going on there.
Nope.
No drama. No, they're just really, really good.
They're locked in.
And they've got guys that are pros that act like pros, right? There's no screaming at management. There's no management screaming at them. There's no ownership issue. They're just going along like this. And guess what? On opening night, they're going to kick the living daylights out of Dallas.
Yeah. And then in that division as well, you've got the Commanders. Outside of McLaurin.
Who are better. I mean, the McLaurin thing
is there.
That's big. I mean, and the Giants are probably better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're not great, but the Giants are probably better.
Yeah. So Dallas is sitting here in not a great position.
I mean, you ask yourself, are they better? And if they don't have Micah Parsons, they are not.
No.
And it's not as if Myles Garrett didn't get a contract, which is his third.
Yeah.
It is not as if T.J. Watt didn't get a contract, which is his third. This is Michael looking for his second. And bars have been set as to what people at his position do.
Yeah. And the point Micah made in his post was that he asked for a contract early, said, I want to get this done. I don't care if the market gets reset later. I just want mine now.
And they didn't do it.
Which, if you could save some money, wouldn't be bad. You have the chance to save it.
I find it baffling when a player wants that. You know, I realize they're two different sports. But, for example, and the Pirates were really the first ones that do this. I give them credit for it. You know, what I call the arbitration contracts. But, for example, the Red Sox just signed Roman Anthony to an 8-year contract with an option for
8-year, 134. That can go up to 230, I think.
And there's an option for the team for the 9th year. Right? I mean, they got it done. Right? You know, it's, you know, for the kid, he doesn't have to go to arbitration. And everybody I've ever talked to in Major League Baseball, everybody, you know, because, you know, they look all those years the Spikes were affiliated, so I talked to a lot of people in Major League Baseball. They always would tell me arbitration was the worst. Was the worst.
Because you are telling your player what they're terrible at.
Right? My 300 is your 7 times out of 10, you're out. Like, oh, great. So now I'll get to Micah. Hey, let's just get something done here. Well, this works out for both sides. He wants something done, which means he's anxious to make a deal, and you know you're okay, and you're avoiding the circus. I don't get how they run that organization at all. I don't understand anything about them. The old Cowboys, you understood how it worked. Tom Landry was the head coach. Tex Schramm was the guy that was the GM that ran all that, and Gil Brandt was the guy that was the personnel evaluator. That would tell Tex Schramm, this is what I think, X, Y, and Z, you make the pick. Now it's like, I don't know how they operate.
Jerry Jones being Jerry Jones.
Yeah. I mean, I give him credit for he built the stadium himself. I give him credit for all the monetary deals he's made. I give him credit for making this a profitable enterprise. They built the Star, which is just an incredible team office and training camp. But I don't understand the other part of it. I mean, they've gone round and round with Dak Prescott. They've gone round and round with CeeDee Lamb. They've gone round and round with Zeke Elliott. They're now going round and round with Micah Parsons. And it's just, you kind of sit back and ask yourself why it always happens like that. Because in the end, he's always with the other guys. He's giving them money. And
Micah's where you draw the line.
But for example, does Jeffrey Lurie have a weekly radio show?
I don't think so.
No, of course not. He's the owner, prefers to remain in the background. Terry Pagula. I mean, Terry, like when Jesse plays in tennis, and the U.S. Open's coming up, like in the family and friends box, Terry's not there. Terry's up separate because he doesn't want to distract from his daughter being out there. I mean, Jerry Jones, I mean, you swear he'd be at center court going, where's the camera? Right. So I don't know. And look, because he's on the TV committee, and I can tell you all the members of the TV committee, all you got to do is watch a TV broadcast. Hell, there's Jerry Jones. Well, again, it's the network sucking up to the TV committee. There's Robert Kraft, along with Stephen Kraft. Right? Well, Robert Kraft is on the TV committee. Like, they act like we're all dumb and don't know these things. Do I need to see the obligatory shot of Jerry Jones?
No.
With his son Stephen? No. I don't. Just show me the game. I realize that you're sucking up to the TV committee. I got it. But you also have a 10-year deal. He may not be around the next time it's negotiated over here in the back.
Yeah. The other games going on, Tennessee is at Tampa. We'll see Cam Ward play for Tennessee. They'll take on Baker Mayfield and co.
Has any first overall pick since Walker of Jacksonville had less pub about A being picked? Nobody made a big deal out of him at all. I mean, the big deal was made around the 5th round pick, who I think is playing. I think he's starting. Isn't Shedeur Sanders starting? I know he's been hurt.
It seems like Shedeur Sanders is going to start today against Carolina.
But everything has been about him. This is the first overall pick in the draft.
Cam Ward has coasted in here.
Right? I mean, you want to talk about going under the radar. I mean, he was under the radar the night he was picked.
Because the second pick was Travis Hunter, and that was the bigger talking point. It was Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders.
I have no problem with the Heisman Trophy winner getting heavy pub. Heisman Trophy winner plays both ways. Showed he was a terrific receiver in college. Showed he's a terrific defensive back in college. I have no problem with that. Zero. Right? But he goes through. Have we heard anything about him?
Nope.
Nothing. How do you do in OTAs? Don't know. Right? But we know what Shedeur Sanders did. And I'm not putting down Shedeur Sanders. It's not his fault.
No.
Okay? At all. But we have a concentrated, like, he's the first overall pick in the draft where Tennessee could pick anybody out there. And they thought this was their quarterback of the future. Now, it's Nashville. It's not New York or Los Angeles or Chicago or Dallas. I mean, if Dallas had the first overall pick and he was the pick,
he would be talked about from 3 a.m. to 2 a.m.
But nobody's talked about him. Like training camp. Have you heard anything?
Nope.
Okay, we just know he's a starter. The only quarterback news we've had about Tennessee was Will Levis and season-ending surgery. Now, Shedeur Sanders, I hope he does well tonight. I have no problem with that. I mean, not, one way or the other. Do I care? Not particularly. But the kid's under a lot of pressure. I'd like to see him go out and do well tonight and the whole deal. But you can't turn him into Bronny James. Bronny James is not allowed to develop at his own pace. Right? Now, the Lakers, I thought, did a good job last year of playing him a lot in the G League. But again, when Roger Goodell has to make a statement that ESPN won't ruin Red Zone, he had to make a statement about it. Like, okay. But the the way they cover sports, if Bronny James does anything, he gets a double-figure game in a G League game, they've got it on a headline somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? If Shedeur Sanders does anything in this game, it'll be a headline somewhere. Cam Ward, I'll bet Cam Ward, they come out of the weekend, I don't think you're going to see any Cam Ward stories. Right? And he's the first overall pick in the draft. I mean, here's a guy, you want to talk about self-made. I mean, remember where he started.
Is it Incarnate Word?
Yeah, Incarnate Word. That's where his career began. Incarnate Word. And then let's try the Washington State thing. And I watched him at Washington State because, again, I watched enough Pac-12 football. Like, geez, this kid's pretty good. And then and after being pretty darn good, then he went in the transfer portal for one extra year. Ohio State really wanted him. Florida State really wanted him. In fact, Florida State's entire fortune may have changed if he had signed there. And I say that with all due respect to DJ Uyunglele, right? But he goes to Miami, and he has a terrific year, and has a great year. He's not the Heisman Trophy winner, but had a great year. And but nobody talks about him because he's not Deion Sanders' son. And again, I'm not putting down Deion Sanders. It's just like ESPN labels guys. Why is it every time we turn around, with all due respect, in the last, when Charlie Woods, who appears to be just a wonderful player, but he does anything, it's a headline on ESPN. It's because he's Tiger's son. Anybody else with the exact same accomplishment would not have a headline on ESPN. Right?
Yeah.
It was some junior amateur tournament or whatever like that. He I don't know if he advanced in it, won. And ESPN did a headline. Well, I didn't click on it. Right? Like, if it was you, okay, or me, anybody, okay, anybody remember the Penn State golf team were to do it, whatever, it would not be, it wouldn't even be on the golf page. Right?
Yeah.
Bronny James does anything. Okay? If any one of us did that, anybody, okay? Anybody. If Jalen Pickett, who's in the NBA, he's in the league, did that, would it be a headline?
No.
He's in the league. No.
I am going to interrupt you. We have an interesting report from Pete Thamel relating to college sports, which I think is going to be interesting to hear your thoughts on. Let me read all of it, and then we'll get your thoughts. So his first tweet from sources, one concept that's begun being vetted in the new rev share era is the idea of a rolling signing day for football recruits. It is in the early process, but the concept revolves around a signing period aligned with recruits' contracts. The idea, as he lists down, recruits can currently receive written contract offers on August 1st, heading into their senior year. Currently, they cannot formalize the agreements with schools until the December signing period, which means the deals are not binding. The idea of a rolling signing day would mean that when an offer is accepted by a recruit, they can sign an agreement that binds both parties immediately. Because the idea is in the early stages, it's uncertain whether it will rise through football channels. But the source says, quote unquote, the days of 5 hats on a table and 4 schools being surprised are over. No school can wait on a kid they have to have until signing day because they need cap certainty. Steve Jones, your thoughts?
I go back to what I've said the entire time. First Wednesday in August should be the day of the signing day. There's your rolling signing day right there. These guys have made up their mind at that point. And look, the first day of signing day, right? There's a window as to, like for example, there's a window on signing after signing day. People don't realize that. It's like, like you may, if you decide 3 days later you want to sign, you can. Right? Well, so the first Wednesday in August would have been this week, right? What's today, the 8th?
Yeah.
So it would have been the 6th. Well, how about that one? I mean, again, same thing. I keep going back to college basketball. Why is it for 30 years now you've had an early signing day on the second Wednesday in November? And why is it that it just works over and over again? Once in a great while, you have somebody sign late.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Especially if there's a late coaching change. There'll be some signings. They'll take place late because schools are turning loose their recruits when a coaching change occurs.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it on the early signing date in basketball, there's rarely an issue?
Mm-hmm.
Rarely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, when's the early signing date? It's in November, right when the season starts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why can't college football acts like you can't do this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've talked to Ryan Snyder about this. I've talked to Sean Fitz about this. I've talked to Tyler Donahue. They all like, I don't know, it'd be awfully difficult. Awfully difficult what? I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
First Wednesday in August. We're done. How many guys have we seen over the years? Now, I realize there's money involved now.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. Mm-hmm. But they go through June and into July. They make their verbal commitment. And 90 to 95% of them still end up signing in December.
Yeah.
They all wanted to sign then. They committed. Get the contract together. July is a good time to get that stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Have the signing day first Wednesday in August.
Yeah.
This rolling signing day, just do it now.
Yeah.
Get the early signing date in there and then have one portal period. And the one portal period should be May 1 to May 15 when the academic year is over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And spring practice is over. People know where they stand.
Mm-hmm. It's easy. It's simple.
Let's not turn this into the Manhattan Project where you're sitting there, I don't know about it. Let's just knock it off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Sometimes there are easy solutions to this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care. And you can still have a late signing period on the first Wednesday in February. Perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So if you want to start putting contracts together and have them in place and then announce them all on the first Wednesday in August, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to pick August 1, if you want to say, let's just make it August 1 every year, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That way you've got a recruiting class in place. You know what your monetary needs are going to be moving forward with your cap situation down the road because you're trying to fit these contracts around your cap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And July is a great time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. They come up with, let's do a rolling one. They come up with all these complicated solutions. Okay? Kirby Smart is absolutely right about the portal. He is absolutely right. Right? Well, you're sitting there with your football team, you've gone through a whole season, and suddenly out of nowhere, it's like it's the equivalent of being an NFL team, and you go to the playoffs, and I'm sorry, I'm going to be a free agent, I'm leaving. Oh, wait a minute, you're going to play. No, I'm a free agent, I want to leave. What sport is there? Which sport is there out there, anywhere on the planet, where you're allowed to leave before you're and they want you to stay?
Literally only college football.
College football is the only one. They've got to somehow use more common sense the way they do this. Either August 1 or the first Wednesday in August. I don't care what. Signing day with contracts. Work out the contracts and the deals with the guys that really want to be with you in July. Have a late signing period. Okay? With the idea of maybe doing these rolling contracts so that when the late signing period comes up, they're there and you're ready to go. I have no problem with that. And transfer portal, 2 weeks. May 1, May 15, done. Right? That's what you get. You don't get to do it at the end of the season. Okay? You get to do it at the end of the academic year. That way you have to stay in school and guess what? Stay eligible.
Thank you for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, a 7 Mountain Media production. Come back at 11 every weekday for analysis of the latest happening in the sports landscape. From college football to European soccer, Steve and Kyle cover it all on Sports Talk with Steve Jones.